Hey all, Jeremy here. Welcome to the WampaDude Channel. And first of all, before I start anything, I want to apologize for not doing part 3 of my stilt walking tutorial. You know, I've been dealing with a lot over the last few years. I've dealt with my knee injury. I've dealt with the passing of family and friends, and I got injured again. I hurt my back and I hurt my neck. And when that happens, when you're dealing with loss like I was, depression kicks in. You start thinking that you're not able to do things. And I needed time to heal both body and mind. And I'll get to it. There's big things coming for that. I'm actually working on an interview with my original handler to give her perspective on handling for a big suit in a convention, in small locations, what you need to prepare for, dealing with crowds, dealing with fatigue of the performer, and all that stuff is coming. Trust me, it's coming. I got part 3 coming very soon. But, but that's not the topic of today. The topic of today is me honoring Adam the Woo as a filmmaker. And that's what he was. He was a filmmaker. Not only was he the talent in front of the camera, he was the location scout. He was the editor. He was the producer. He was the promoter. He was the cameraman. He wasn't just a vlogger. He wasn't just some guy wandering around talking to the camera. He was the full package. He was the absolute full package, and the pioneer that started a lot of vloggers, a lot of travel vloggers and theme park vloggers. And he was a trailblazer in that, 10, 15 years of doing this, the rule of 10,000 hours. He put that in leaps and bounds ahead of 10,000. He was probably up to 100,000. If you think about all of the hours that he would work off camera, researching, figuring out where locations are, movie film sets, knowing where to travel, booking airlines, his big trip overseas that he just came back from. There had to be so much logistics as a filmmaker to understand where can I shoot, what's the proper places to shoot, especially with foreign governments and foreign rules and foreign laws. It puts a lot of stress on you. And for him to pass away at 51, 1 year older than me, yes, I'm telling my age, believe me, as somebody that's beat up and hurt with a neck and a back and a knee, and it makes you worry. I got high blood pressure too. I'm old. I'm getting old, But the amount of respect that I have for him as a filmmaker is leaps and bounds above so many other people that have influenced me. Speaking of influences, see that terrible towel right there? That was my buddy Adam. He passed away right before I relaunched this channel. And watching all of Adam the Woo's peers, all of the people that he called his circle of goodness and his people that he influenced and vlogged with, there's so many tributes out there for him talking about how much he gave to their channels, how many people started channels because of him. And I was a photographer, and my buddy Adam convinced me to be getting into video. And after listening to Jacob the Carpetbagger's tribute video, oh my God, it brought back all the memories for me, for my Adam. Because I've been a content creator since 1997, and I started with a website, on just a homemade website based on nightclubs, based on concerts, festivals, all celebrating the Tampa Bay area. And back in 97, you couldn't host video. You posted galleries. And you didn't even have social media. You didn't have Facebook or MySpace or Instagram. You had to pay to host your own galleries. There was a few services out there, but I paid $100 a month to host my own galleries. Had a good amount of traffic on that channel. I mean, I think the my best year I had was 8 million views. And I was like, how the heck is 8 million people looking at this channel? I'm just a 20-year-old guy running around nightclubs with a camera, going to concerts with a camera, working with bands. And I got my break with one of the local radio stations that needed somebody to photograph their festival. And through that, I met Adam, my Adam. And he had a public access show, and he taught me the importance of shifting your focus and capturing video. And my God, I took to editing video. I love editing video. I love being behind the camera. Being in front of the camera is always a struggle. With this channel, this was not me 20 years ago. But Adam worked with me to get my own public access show that lasted a few episodes until the government shut the channel down. Then we moved to make YouTube clips and worked on putting out DVDs. You hear the stories of all the old skateboard DVDs where you put together a DVD and promote it through the skateboarding. Well, we did that with, it was right around the when Jackass started becoming a thing. So we did a little bit of that, and we did like silly skits and worked with events, and we got to do biker events and Mardi Gras and Fantasy Fest and Daytona, and we went around and filmed everything back then. And dabbled in YouTube on the early ages of YouTube, where back before you were able to upload more than 10 minutes. If you wanted to upload more than 10 minutes, you had to be monetized. And that was, that's what it was. But that's the same era that Adam DeWoo started. And he would just go out there with his camera and film whatever he saw on the side of the road, whatever interested him. A piece of art. Oh my God, let's run around and see this piece of art on the side of the road and be excited to see a mannequin on a porch. Going to theme parks early on, doing urban exploring. He really cut his teeth on just being him and having a sense of wonder. And that's one of the things that I really admired about his channel, is the sense of wonder. You don't need to be offensive. You don't need to be divisive. There's so much divisive content out here when it comes to politics and everything. And I try to keep that off my channel. But, when I got stuck in between Dropkick Murphys and a fan, arguing about Trump, I had to film it. That was the only time I ever put politics on this channel. But I was listening to a couple of the tributes from his circle of friends. And, I'm a big fan of Jacob the Carpetbagger as well. And when I heard, and I went back and I watched the first video in Pigeon Forge at the Bear Pits of him and Adam. Adam, the video's rough to watch. If you're a filmmaker and if you look at his videos today, they're very steady. They were on that little gimbal pocket, DJI Pocket. Very smooth video. But back then, he was just filming on his phone, bouncing around. So much energy. The video is very shaky. But you see that somebody gave him an idea and he ran with it. And that was Jacob the Carpetbagger, back when Jacob was a photographer. And he would photograph for online galleries and blogs. And it was Adam that convinced him to become a video, to go to video, because more story can be told through your own mouth. More story can be told and people can follow it through video. And it brings me back to losing my friend, Mark. And when I used to do all of the Horde of the Horn stuff, we used to go to Epcot every year. And we did so many events together. But all I did is take photographs. And I remembered, what did Adam tell me? Start taking video. It captures the voice. It captures a memory. And it captures the legacy of what you put on film. And my God, Adam DeWoo has a legacy. Adam DeWoo touched so many people that would watch him daily. And he put it on film. And now people know him. People say that they know him. They may not have ever met him, but they know him. They know his impact. And you're watching people like Jacob the Carpetbagger and Justin Scard and all of the people that were in his close circle cry. I get it. I understand. Because I had my Adam. And all of this stuff with all these tributes is making me remember him. And his filmmaking and his influence. And just telling people, stop talking about it and do it. And you hear that is a very common theme with Adam DeWoo. Stop talking about it and do it. And that's why I picked up a camera. Even with the injuries, even while missing a deadline on making a video. It's probably 6 months too late. I'm making a video. I stopped talking about it and I'm doing it. And I'll be making more. But I did meet him once. I met him at Spooky Empire in 2022. I was with my son. I wasn't filming. I wasn't taking photographs. It was me and my son in costume, enjoying a moment together with my son. And who walks up but Adam DeWoo? You can look at the video. I'll probably link it to the end. But to know, well, something that me and my son have created, 2 little mashup costumes. He was in Ghostface, but in a full suit. I was in a Bucky onesie with a skeleton face. There it is. But, yeah, he came up and filmed us. He had his little commentary. My God, I wish I pulled him aside and just asked him about his process back then. But that's what I'm getting a lot of. People don't have the chance to say the last thing that they wanted to say to them. Adam, I was about to pick up the phone and tell him I'm relaunching this channel. And I found out he passed away of a heart attack. Under 50. It comes at any time. You don't know when. So if you have the chance, if somebody is a mentor to you, if there's somebody that gave you the energy to produce something and become something for yourself, let them know. Thank them. Let them know before it's too late. My God, I wish I knew how much he influenced me. Adam DeWoo, he influenced me too. Constant work. It takes a lot of work to do this. And if you see a channel that doesn't put out videos as often as they should, like mine, realize real world does get in the way sometimes. It's hard. Doing this isn't easy, and it takes a master to do it every day. Adam did it every day, to the day he died. On his porch, a world traveler, traveling all over the world, and the last thing that you see of his is him at his home, laying in his bed. There's a moment of quiet. A moment of quietness, as he likes to say. Sometimes you need a moment to think about what has been told to you or what you have seen. I'm giving that to you guys. If you end up watching this, you might not. You might. I might get 5 views on this video. Doesn't matter. Because he influenced me. Adam influenced me. Mark influenced me. My father influenced me. My grandfather influenced me. My father-in-law influenced me. All gone. It's hard when you lose all the people that are close to you, that influence you. Because you need to move on. You need to move forward. You need to produce. You need to show your worth for the rest of the world to see. Stay positive. Don't get influenced by the negativity. Be influenced by the positivity. Be a positive influence to everybody. With that, this vlog is over. Love you all. See you with the big guy soon. Thank you.